Seriously, you can stop searching because this is the only video that you're going to need to succeed with print on demand and TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is exploding at the minute, and one of the very best ways to make money is by selling items like mugs and t-shirts using the print on demand business model. And in this video, I'm going to reveal every single detail that you're going to need to succeed with this business model. And this isn't just any YouTube video. In fact, it is a paid course that was available for my paid community members, but I've decided to upload it to YouTube as one full video to give my YouTube subscribers some real value. I've also left timestamps down below, so feel free to skip around and move around and watch the bits of content that you actually need to learn. But if you don't know about this strategy, I do recommend watching it from start to finish because it all is super valuable. Plus, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them down below in the comment section. I am going to be regularly checking this video's comment section and answering any questions that crop up to help you guys succeed with this business model. And before we dive in, I just want to thank Printful for sponsoring this video. Printful have actually made it possible for me to upload this paid training program to YouTube for free by sponsoring this video. So I want to thank them for doing that. Now let's dive into the course. Hey, it's Liam James K here and welcome to TikTok Print Pro. This is a straight to the point training program where I'm going to show you exactly how you can make money selling print on demand items like this on TikTok Shop. Now, I've not seen an opportunity like this ever. This is a fantastic opportunity which will allow total beginners to make money from day one or day two at least, using a very simple strategy that doesn't require you to have any followers. You don't need any money for adverts or anything like that. It's super exciting and it's working. I'm making sales from this on a daily basis with very little effort. And in this training program, I'm going to walk you through everything from start to finish, how to set everything up, the type of products you can sell, the type of content, everything is going to be covered inside here. But it is a straight to the point training program. There's zero fluff, so you should be able to get through these videos in less than an hour, I think, and you'll be able to implement this and start making sales as soon as possible. So that's all you need to do. You just need to take action, make the most of this opportunity while it's hot, and you should start making sales. I'm pretty confident of that. So let's not waste any more time. Let's dive on the computer and get started. So in this video, I just want to give you an overview of the business model and the opportunity that we've got here, just so you can see it from a bird's eye view, which I think will be really helpful when you're going through the training to make sure you know what everything is and kind of what we're doing here. So first of all, print on demand, how print on demand works. Most people watching this might already be aware, but I just want to quickly touch on this in case someone is not aware of the print on demand business model. So it's a very simple business model where we create designs for products. So they could be t-shirts, mugs, wall prints, almost any product out there. And we can create a unique design for it. And we can upload it onto a t-shirt. And then we can list that for sale on a website. In this instance, we're going to be selling this on TikTok Shop. So we can list that for sale for, say, $30. And then when someone orders that t-shirt from us, we don't pay any money up front. We don't buy that in stock or in bulk. We just create a design on a blank product and upload a digital file. When someone orders that from our website or from TikTok Shop, a notification will be sent over to a printing company, and that product will be printed, and then it will be shipped by that printing supplier directly to our customer. So we don't ever touch the physical product or see the physical product. And then that printing supplier might charge us like $20 to process that order. And then when it's shipped to the customer, that means we've made $10 profit in this instance. Now, TikTok profit margins are a little bit slimmer than this, which I'm going to touch on a little bit later on. But hopefully that gives you an overview of how this works. Now, in a traditional setting, we would probably have to create a Shopify store where we'd list all of our products, and then we'd have to get traffic to our Shopify store for people to actually find our t-shirts and our mugs and that kind of thing. Other strategies could be things like Etsy, which I've done a lot of in the past, and I've actually got training on that, which is another great strategy. But now we've got TikTok Shop, which I've not seen an opportunity like this in my life. This is fantastic. It's epic and it's an amazing. So if you don't know what TikTok Shop is, it's very simple. It's almost like Amazon, but it's built inside of TikTok. So obviously TikTok is the viral short form video platform. They built it up. They've got so much traffic on there, loads of people watching it. And now built into that app is basically Amazon or something like AliExpress or something similar like that. And this is how it works here. So you would create videos inside of TikTok, And then underneath you can see there's a little button here which is a link to a product. So the product you're talking about in the video you can link directly down below. But that doesn't go to an external website like a Shopify store or to an Amazon store. It goes directly to the TikTok shop. So it would pop up this here and they can buy that product inside of TikTok and they can choose the size and everything like that, and then they can pay. And it's very, very quick. It's like a couple of clicks and they've purchased that product. It's very native and it works very, very well. And a lot of people buy stuff on TikTok. Now you can do lots of different strategies here. People obviously buy in bulk lots of products and they can sell them, and TikTok can actually send them out to your customers and all that kind of stuff. But what we're doing is we're connecting this with print on demand. So we don't have to buy any stock up front. We can actually sell. This could be a printed shirt, and someone could order it, and when they order it from our TikTok shop, it will be connected directly to our print on demand supplier. It will then be picked, printed, they'll pick the product, they'll print it, and they'll ship it to our customer, and we keep the difference as profit. Now this is a fantastic opportunity because one of the hardest parts of print on demand is getting traffic to your offers. And if you follow the training that I'm going to teach you today, you'll see how easy it is to get traffic even without showing your face, even with some very low quality videos which I've been posting that took me 2 seconds to create. I'm getting sales from them because it is so easy. So we're going to cover all that in this video. But this is an opportunity to take action now. And this is why you need to take action now, because with this business model, there's no upfront costs. You don't have to buy anything loads of stock up front or anything like that. So you can get started with literally no money. You might need a credit card to process the orders, which I'll touch on a little bit later on. There's almost zero competition on TikTok shop at the moment for print on demand products. So if you try doing this on something like Etsy, which I do a lot of, there's a lot of competition. There's every kind of mug you've ever thought of is already someone selling it. Every kind of t-shirt you've ever thought of, there's already someone selling it. Whereas on TikTok shop, there's almost no one selling print on demand. So if you take action now, you can make a lot of sales. We have got to compete with other sellers and people selling directly from China on other products, but for print on demand, there's no competition. It generates passive income as well. So once we actually connect all this up, we've not got to approve the orders or go and take the order and send it to the print supplier. It's connected with an app. We don't do anything. So I'm making sales at this moment in time for mugs that I'm currently selling, and I'm not doing anything for it. Total passive income. And the other great thing, this is the final point, then we can dive in, but you can be creative and you can sell unique items. So whereas people are trying to do drop shipping on TikTok shop, which is a bit of an issue because they don't like it when you're shipping directly from China. Whereas with print on demand, we can ship directly from the country that they're in, because a lot of print on demand suppliers like Printful, the one that I use, they've got a base in the UK, they've got a base in America, they've got a base in Spain. So there's fast shipping as well, which I just want to add to that. But you also got the opportunity to be creative and create items that don't already exist. Because if you go and look at drop shipping, if there's a cool gadget like a projector that's really cool, like a mini projector is like really big on TikTok at the moment, once someone's promoted that, you'll find 10 over 20 other people that are promoting the exact same product from the exact same factory. Where with print on demand, we can be creative. We can create a t-shirt which never existed before today, or we can create a mug that never existed before today. So you can be creative and you can sell unique items. So this is a fantastic opportunity to take action with. So yeah, let's dive in. In this video, I just want to quickly go over what you will need in order to complete this training and do this business model. So there's a few tools and there's a few things that you will need for this. So I'm just going to go over them in this video. So the first thing you're going to need is a print on demand supplier. So the one that I use and the one that I recommend is Printful. I will leave my referral link down below for you to create a free Printful account. There's a few reasons why you should definitely choose Printful for this. First of all, it's the one that I've been using for years. They're really reliable. They've got high quality products. But one of the great things about it is they've got bases all over the world. So they've got a base in the UK, they've got a base in America, they've got a base in Europe. So when one of our customers orders from our TikTok shop, it will be printed and shipped wherever your customer's based. So that means it's got very fast shipping times, which is very important for this TikTok strategy, because TikTok don't like it when you're taking too long to ship out products. In fact, if you take too long, like over a week, they'll cancel the order and refund the customer, which is why drop shipping directly from China doesn't work great with TikTok shop, but print on demand does if you've got a supplier that has got fast shipping like Printful. But the most important reason why Printful is the one that you need to choose at this moment in time anyway, is because they've got an integration directly with TikTok. So I'll show you how to set it up a little bit later on, but you click a button, you can connect your Printful account to your TikTok shop account. So when you upload a product on Printful, it will go directly to your TikTok store shop. And when someone orders from your TikTok shop, it will be automatically sent over to Printful. They'll print it and they'll ship it out, meaning it's passive income and we don't have to deal with any of that fulfillment because Printful has got that integration. So Printful is the way to go. The next thing is you obviously need a TikTok shop, which I'm going to show you how to create a little bit later on. It's free to create that. Don't need to worry about that. The next thing you're going to need is a small pot of cash / a credit card to process the orders. Now this is important because the actual business model of print on demand is a free business model because we're creating products that we don't actually have to pay for upfront. We don't have to buy loads of stock or anything like that. We just list a digital file online with a mock-up that looks like a real t-shirt or a real mug. And then when someone pays us, we then order it from Printful and Printful will ship it out. So in theory, it's kind of free, but you do need a bit of cash to process the orders. And the reason for that is because when TikTok takes the money for the order, they will hold it for a little while. And you need to order it from Printful the same day, really, in order to get it out to the customer. So you will need a bit of cash to keep hold of just to process those orders. Otherwise, you won't be able to do the business model. So if you wanted to do that and you didn't have any cash, you could use a credit card, which is actually quite a good thing to do anyway. I use an Amex card. I can leave links down below to an Amex card, which you can sign up for, and you can process the orders for without actually spending any money, and you get points for that, which is great. So yeah, you will need that in order to complete that. The next thing you're going to need is a design tool. So you're going to need something like Canva or Photoshop, which I'm sure you've all heard of. It's very self-explanatory, but we're going to be using that later on. I actually use Canva to do my designs. And then the final thing you're going to need is research tools. Now, these aren't vital. We can still make this work without these tools, but they can help you out, give you an edge and see what's selling well. So one of my strategies, which I'm going to show you a little bit later on, is kind of looking what's selling well on Etsy and then implementing it into our TikTok store. So you can kind of do this manually if you want, but if you really want to see what's selling the best and finding the best products, then you can use products like Allura and Sales Samurai, which I'll leave links down below to. But those are the main things you will need. I will leave links to them as you're going through the training as well, but you can sign up to any of these now if you like. So the first thing you need to do is create a Printful account. So I'll leave my referral link down below for you to create one of those. Come over here, click sign up, and then you should be brought to a dashboard which looks something like this. Now, don't feel like you're overwhelmed. It's very, very simple, but it actually walks you through the steps if you want to follow these, but I'm going to show you how to set everything up a little bit later on. But the first thing that you really need to do is you want to sign up for a Printful membership. Now, this is not vital. If you want to do this and you've got no money and you kind of want to do this on a super low budget, you wouldn't necessarily need to do this. It costs $20 a month, £20 a month. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial, but this is going to make your profit margins so bigger because with Printful, we're going to have quite low profit margins, which I will talk about a little bit later on. But by having a Printful membership, we can save up to like 20 to 30% on products. It really usually is about $1 or £1 on every item. So if you're selling a mug and you're making £2 profit with a standard account, if you join Printful's membership, you can make £3 profit. So you're making way more profit just by signing up to this. And this is £20 per month. And obviously, if you're going to make more than 20 sales, which I would hope you will do using all of the free traffic on TikTok, it's going to pay for itself. So you can do this a little bit later on, or you can sign up for the trial, but this will really help your profit margins stay really high as they can be and make a lot more profit. So that's really good. Obviously, once you start making over 12K a year, you can just get this for free as well, which is obviously a bonus, which is great news for me. But yeah, that's what you need to do. And then we're going to leave all of this for now because I'll show you how we connect our store a little bit later on, but we actually need to create a TikTok store first, and then we're going to connect the two and start creating the products. So in order to do this, you're going to need two accounts. You need a TikTok shop account, which I'm going to show you how to create now. And you're also going to need a normal TikTok account as well. Now you can use an existing TikTok account if you like, but I think it's much better to create one dedicated to your store. So you just head to the TikTok app and create an account. I've just created this one for this example called Liam's Loaded Products. That's on my phone and ready to go. And then you want to head to seller.tiktok.com on a computer and then choose your location and click on enter. And then here you want to click on sign up, and you can click on sign up with TikTok account, and then click on use QR code, and then you can scan the QR code with your phone, and then it should connect directly to the TikTok account that you just created. Click on confirm. And then click on authorize. Then you just need to add your email address and verify. Then you just need to go through the step and create your account and give them some information and upload your ID. Okay, so once you've created your TikTok shop account, there's a really important step. So before you try and connect Printful to TikTok, you need to make sure that you fill out the warehouse settings and the shipping template. So in order to do that, you want to head over to My Account on the left-hand side and click on Account Settings. And then you can click on Warehouse Settings, and then you just click on Add Warehouse, and then here you will add in the address of the Printful warehouse in your area. So I've just got this UK Printful warehouse. The address will be added here, but I will add my own name and my own contact details and then click save. And then you repeat the process for the return warehouse as well. So next you need to create your shipping template. So just come to shipping on the left hand side and then click on shipping template. I think it's different between America and the UK. I think in America you can set a flat fee. In the UK, we have to do this based on weight, but I've got a little hack, which basically means we can set a flat fee as well. So you would just come to create a shipping template, and then down here, you can choose your weight range for your products. So I just put 0 to 0.3. I've put a cost of £4.99. So that basically covers all of my products, whether I'm shipping out t-shirts, mugs, or hoodies. They're all going to be charged the same amount of £4.99. And I'm actually making a bit of profit on my shipping as well, which is kind of one of my strategies. Because if someone orders a mug, it costs me £3.99 to ship it using Printful, but I'm actually charging them £4.99, so I'm making an extra £1 on every mug that someone orders. I've also added this option down here for anything heavier as well. So if someone orders 2 mugs, it will charge them more shipping as well, and then just click submit. And then when you're actually adding your products to TikTok, you can choose how much they weigh. So I just say all of my products weigh 0.2 kilograms, so they're all going to get charged £4.99. So now it's time to connect our Printful account to our TikTok shop. So you want to come back over to your Printful account that you've created, head over to the Stores tab on the left-hand side, click on Choose Platform, click on TikTok Shop, and then click Connect. Then we can scroll down to the bottom and click on Authorize wherever you're based. So I'll click on Authorize UK. Click on Next, click on Authorize, and it should take you to Printful, and then it should give you the option to click Confirm to Install, fill in your details, Confirm to Install, and Authorize. And then it will send you back over to Printful. To make sure you're logged in with your Printful account, click on Connect Store, and boom, your TikTok account is now connected to your Printful account. So when we add products on here and someone orders them from our TikTok shop, it's all going to be automated and it's going to be printed and shipped out to our customers. So now it's time to actually create some products that we're going to sell on our TikTok shop. So now it's time for the fun part. This is where we can actually start coming up with ideas for designs and products that we're going to sell on TikTok shop. Now, this is probably one of the most important videos in this training because this is how you're going to have success on TikTok. Because TikTok is different to all of the other platforms out there where you can sell print-on-demand products. So it's completely different to like Etsy or Redbubble or Amazon, because TikTok is a content-first platform. All TikTok's main goal is to keep their viewers engaged and keep them on the platform. And we need to really have that in mind when we're coming up with ideas for designs and products. And I've got a little strategy which I think you should always have in mind when you're going through coming up with ideas. And I'm going to show you how we can take ideas from Etsy and other places and bring them over to TikTok in the other videos in this section. But you should always have this in mind when you're coming up with these ideas or taking ideas from elsewhere. So this is the scroll stopper strategy, which is easy for you to say. And what we really need to have in mind is content-driven designs. So we don't want to come up with a design and then create that, add it to our TikTok shop, and then start thinking right at the last minute, how can we do a funny TikTok about this? How can we create a really good trending video about this? We want to have that in mind when we're coming up with our designs. So we want to be thinking, is this design that I've just thought of, would that work well as a funny TikTok? Or would that work well with this trending sound and things like that? So really have that in mind at the start, and that's going to help you have a lot more success on TikTok. 100%, definitely that's the way to go. Always thinking, will this work well as a viral TikTok? And you don't always necessarily go viral, but that should definitely be the place where you're starting from. And does it evoke emotions? So we want to get our audience emotional, whether they're laughing, whether they're feeling sad, whatever the emotion is, we want them to feel emotional. And that should start with the design. So we could be calling someone who's bald, like a funny bald joke, if we wanted to do that. It could be something sweet and loving, which could work really well. But if it evokes emotions, it's going to work really well on TikTok. Because obviously, if you go to Etsy, like fishing t-shirts, which work really well, or really niche t-shirts, evergreen, like I'm a vegan stuff, might sell really well on Etsy. That might not necessarily translate as well on TikTok because it doesn't really evoke great emotions. So you could take a design that's selling well on Etsy, could be a fishing t-shirt, and then you might want to think, well, how can I go content driven with this, and how can I get this to evoke emotions? And then that's when you start brainstorming your ideas. The next thing is, does it appeal to the TikTok audience? So obviously it's usually quite a younger audience on TikTok, a lot more female orientated, especially with the people that are buying on TikTok. So have that in mind when you're thinking about the designs that you're gonna create. Is it trending? Can you jump on like memes and things like that? Is always a great thing to have in mind. And the next thing is, will it create engagement? So we want to create designs again that evoke emotions, that are content driven, that hopefully get people engaging. So you think when you're coming up with a design for a mug or something like that, like this mug here, this Mr. Ball Bastard mug that I created, that is gonna get engagement, because even if someone doesn't buy that mug, they might tag their friend in it, because it's like, oh, here you go, Baldy, and they might tag their friend in it, or they might share it to their friend and go, found your favorite mug, found a mug for you. So will it generate engagement? And again, a boring fishing t-shirt is not going to get that much engagement, but a really funny fishing t-shirt might get engagement and might work quite well. I mean, I don't think fishing is probably the right audience for TikTok, but maybe there is an element of that somewhere on TikTok. But you should always be thinking engagement first. And I just want to say, before we move on to the next video, when we're actually going to start looking at actual designs, and I'm going to show you how we can get some really good ideas, but remember to have fun with this. Print on demand is a fantastic business model where you can be creative. And there's no right or wrong answer. You can try a design. It's not going to cost you any money to upload a design. So have fun with it. Try it out. Try 100 different designs. One of them might take off. But just don't forget to have fun with this, and one of them might take off. Okay, so one of the best places to do research of what's going to sell well on TikTok is by using TikTok itself. So a great way to do this is just to have a dedicated account for TikTok research. Now, this can be the TikTok account for your store that you've created, which you should have already created by now. And what you want to do with this TikTok account is you don't want to be using it just to look at any old viral videos on TikTok. You want to only use this for product research. And you can basically turn your TikTok account into a little research system. So the way that you do this is you would scroll through normally when you've created your account, just like you can see here on my phone now. And you keep scrolling through and you'll see products pop up. And what you can do is just engage with some of these products, like this here. This is a little Game Boy thing here. And then you would just keep scrolling through. And then what you'll find is you keep getting advertised more and more products to you, because TikTok thinks you're interested in looking at products. So then you can see what's selling well on TikTok and what other people are creating videos for. Now, because print on demand is fairly fresh on TikTok, not many people are doing it at the time of recording this video. There's obviously not that crazy amount of people with TikTok, with with print on demand products on here, but you can get inspiration on how to actually sell products in TikTok, which is great. We can see kind of like this lighting thing, how this person's created it. But there will be other products that you might be able to implement into like a print on demand product. Like there's a lot of like Game Boy style products. Maybe there's some kind of trending t-shirt or mug that you could do around that. So that's obviously a way you could do it. But once you've created this, and then every time you come on, you can just flick through it and it might stem an idea of what would work well on TikTok. Once you've done that, another great place of looking is actually by heading over to the actual TikTok shop app on your phone. Well, it's inside TikTok. And here you can do a bit more research. So you can delve a bit deeper. So we can search things like mug on here and we can see what's already selling well. And the great thing about TikTok is it shows how many sales certain products have had. So we can scroll down here and say that this one here, this has had 33 sales. Dad, I'll always be your little girl, crossed out, financial burden. So to me, that's actually quite a good idea for a product. It's had 33 sales. It's not bad. It's not had any reviews. So it means that they're quite fresh to this and they've been getting quite a few sales. So that's potentially quite a good one. This one, someone's copied that design there. That's had 121 sales. So something along those lines, to me, is already selling well on Etsy, on TikTok, and we could maybe take that. So we might want to do one aimed at boy, like Dad, I'll always be your little boy, and then maybe that doesn't work so well, but little boy, and then there's another thing like pain in the ass or something along those lines. Maybe we could do that. And then once you actually click on products, again, this is how it becomes like a little research system. It's just suggesting you more and more products like this. So we can see like a mental health cup here has had 781 sales on TikTok so far. We can implement that straight away and do something similar to that. That one's not sold as well there, and we can just scroll through. Like these baldy mugs, these sell like crazy on here, which is why I did a variation of that with my own bald mug. But this is at 1,000 sales. So again, we could click on that and think, oh, that's quite a good product. Can we think of another strategy that we could sell, something appealing to that same target audience? And it's a case of just doing research, and it takes seconds to kind of implement what's already working on here. Now, as I said, TikTok is not the best place to find products always, because there's not that many people selling print on demand products on TikTok at the moment in time. So a better strategy is to go on Etsy, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. So one of my favorite ways to make money with print on demand is by jumping on trends, like trending events and things that are coming up, because you get an influx of traffic, and because we can create very fast designs, we can jump on these trends and we can make a lot of money. I've had a lot of success with this on Etsy, but it's even easier on TikTok because you can create really short content and you can get a lot of eyeballs on your videos, which equals a lot more sales. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how we can actually tap into some trends. Now, when people talk about trends on TikTok, usually what they're referring to is trending styles of videos, like certain sounds or a certain kind of video style could be trending on TikTok. Now, this video is more about trending designs. So I will actually have a video later on when we're actually creating these videos and content about trending sounds and jumping on trends within TikTok. But this video is all about how we can create designs or come up with ideas for designs that will tap into trends, and how we find those trends and kind of be ahead of everyone else. So one great resource is TikTok Creative Center. So you can Google this or come to ads.tiktok.com, and you should be able to have access with this if you've already created your TikTok shop account. And this is a really, really, really useful tool. And what we can do is we come here to trends, and this will help us later on as well when we're actually creating video ideas and content. Because like I said, it will show you what the type of videos and content which is trending. But we can also see what people are talking about and hashtags that they're using on TikTok. And we can actually incorporate this into our designs. So if we just scroll down here, you can see it's got like basically loads of analytics for TikTok, and you can see like festive sale is currently #1 hashtag. So obviously, if we use that hashtag in our videos, then we might get some traffic. So that's great for a content generation point of view, but also for a design point of view. I've just from looking at this, the first thing I'm like, festive stuff is selling well. So that's going to influence my designs and content. So obviously now I'm testing out a lot of like festive designs. For example, I'll just show you this. Like, this is one that I'm currently doing at the moment, testing out. It's very basic. We did a Secret Santa at work, and all I got was this mug, because I know a lot of people are planning to buy Secret Santa gifts. It's festive, it's a cheap gift, and I'm jumping on that because I know that that's trending. Now, obviously, festive and Christmas is quite obvious, so you might not need this tool to find out Christmas is coming, but you might find other stuff which is coming up. For example, Wonka, that's a new film that's come out. You obviously have to be very, very careful with copyright and things like that, but it could stem certain ideas that you could maybe incorporate into your content. So maybe the phrase golden ticket isn't copyrighted, I don't know, but maybe you could incorporate that into like a funny design. So yeah, so all you do is just scroll down here, Fortnite Festival, Monaco. We've got lots of different things, personal finance, Alicia Keys. So there'll be a lot of like copyrighted things on here, but there could be things that you can jump in, like Ripple. So cryptocurrency, that's currently popping off at the moment. Maybe there's a way you can create a mug that says crypto, I don't know, I can't think off the top of my head, but like some kind of crypto themed mug or t-shirt might work well, or Ripple's finally back on the rise, or something along those lines. I'm not very good at just thinking off the top of my head with ideas, but this will hopefully help you brainstorm, and this is very, very useful. And obviously this is what's trending on TikTok. So this is our target audience. I actually use this tool to help me come up with ideas for products that I'm going to sell on Etsy and all over the place. But now we're actually selling the products on the place where these things are trending. So your job is so much easier. You can also look at songs as well on here, creators, and you can actually see TikTok videos that are performing well, which again, that will be more useful when you're actually creating content. So yeah, I would definitely use this tool. The next way of doing research of things that are trending is using Google Trends. Now, this is very, very useful as well, which I'm sure you've probably heard of, but there's a good little trick which I only recently discovered, which is making my life so much easier when I'm coming up with content ideas. So you can obviously look at trending now, like this guy's died from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Maybe you want to do some memorable mug with this guy's face on that's died. We can get it created, we can get it up and running, and we can start making sales today. That's the beauty of print on demand. So you can see like the main things that are trending, which again might stem some ideas for content. And not all of these will obviously fit into the TikTok audience, and they might not evoke emotions in what I said in the previous video. But again, it could stem some ideas. But a really good one, which I've started using quite a lot, is this Explore tab. So we can actually click on the Explore tab and we can look what's currently trending like in the past day. And you can't do it with you've got to put in a search term. So you might want to put in something like t-shirt, and you can see, let's just do past 7 days. Maybe that might come up. Oh. Okay, so for some reason, Google Trends is down the only time that I want to record this video to kind of show you how this works. But it's quite self-explanatory. It makes sense anyway. I'll just explain it. So what I do is I search the word like t-shirt in here, and then it allows us to search a much smaller time frame if we use a phrase in here. So we could do like past 7 days. And then when it's working, it will show you what people are searching for related to t-shirt. So this is really good if there's a kind of a trending t-shirt that a lot of people are talking about. So I found out like Barbie t-shirts were very in high demand by using this little strategy. Or it could be, you could search mug, or you might just want to search like gift or something along those lines. And you can see what people are searching for. So when I did this the other day with mug, I saw that there was a rock climbing mug that must have gone viral somewhere and people were trying to buy it. So that could be a really good idea for you to go, oh, people are searching for this mug. I'm going to try and create a similar design to that. So yeah, using this Google Trends thing works really well. But also just big events that are coming up as well are really good just to have in your mind. So it could be like St. Patrick's Day, it could be Christmas, it could be New Year, it could be thinking about people are getting fit. These are all come under the umbrella as trends in my eyes, or big events that are coming up. And if you can think ahead of those and start creating designs for those, you can actually make a lot of money by jumping on them. As I said, one of my biggest earners on Etsy was selling Queen's Jubilee party t-shirts. So the Queen's Jubilee, the Queen has this big party every 10 years before she passed away. It's a street party, and I created these t-shirt designs where it was party t-shirts. I knew that was coming up and they sold like crazy. So there's always an opportunity of something coming up, and because we're on TikTok, we can jump on it in seconds, and we can ride that trend and make a lot of cash fast. So one of the fastest ways to make sales on TikTok and actually come up with designs that are going to sell is to remodel what's already working. Now, I did touch on this in a different video where I said, look on TikTok, see what's already selling. You can have a look at TikTok Shop and kind of see what's already selling on there. But because print on demand is so fresh on there at the moment when I'm recording this video, the best strategy I found is to find the number one place to buy print on demand products, find out what's selling on there, and then bring that over to TikTok. And this is the strategy I've been using myself. It's working like magic. And I'm going to show you how you can do this on a bit more of an advanced level here. So the place is Etsy.com. So Etsy.com is a marketplace. It's similar to Amazon, but it's mainly handmade products. It's where I make the majority of my money with print on demand. Before I discovered TikTok, I think TikTok's going to overtake it. But this is where people buy and sell like gifts and things like that. But there's lots and lots of print on demand products on here. And it gets so much traffic and so many sales. So what we can do is we can come over to Etsy and we just want to see what's selling well. And then what we want to do is remodel what's working well. So we can get inspiration. You shouldn't really be copying. I mean, a lot of people do, and you'll find a lot of people with the same mugs on here. I mean, do what you want to do, but I would say try and improve on designs and try and give yourself an edge, just so you're not like copying people. So it's ethical, but it's a great strategy because you basically, rather than sitting on TikTok and creating 100 different mug designs and hoping what's going to work, yeah, you can do that. But by finding out what someone on Etsy's already created 100 designs and found out what one of them sells like crazy, you just take the one that sells like crazy, you implement it into your TikTok store. And the great thing is, obviously, TikTok's got a lot less competition than Etsy, so there's more chance of you standing out if you do this now and take action now. So the way to do this is just come over to Etsy.com and literally just search the product you want to sell. So in my instance, mugs is a great one. It could be t-shirts. And you can see already straight away things that are best selling. So I've actually copied a version of that at the moment, which I'm trying out. You can see this here. We did Secret Santa at work. I did model this one from here. I did actually copy that quite closely, but I just took out the swear words to make it a bit more PG. But that's a strategy which works. So what I do is click on these, and this is without any tools. There's a few tools we can use to help us find out the best selling things, but even just by manually coming on Etsy, you can click on them and you can see at the top they've started giving away some stats, and it says in demand, 15 people bought this in the last 24 hours, and it says bestseller. So without any like special tools or anything, this is selling okay as a mug, and it's a freak in the sheets. It's for people that are like love accountancies. It's a little jokey mug, would probably work well on TikTok. So you could take something similar to that and apply it to your TikTok designs. And you can literally just go through these and you actually find out some of them are selling even better than that. Like you could like selling like hundreds in a day if you find like a trending one. See, there's someone else done a similar design there. Let's just see how much this one's selling here, because this is the one that I copied. Oh, only 3 people have bought that in the last 24 hours. That's actually not the best one. Let's see the Secret Santa one. 7 people. So you can see those 3 mugs are selling quite well. I probably should do the freak in the sheets one because that's the best one. I don't think I spotted that last time. And you copy the designs or remodel the designs. Another great tool to actually see what's selling on a bigger scale, because Etsy's only showing you the top ones here and you've got to kind of click in and out. It's not the best way of doing it, the most effective way. You could use this tool called Allura, which I will leave a link to down below. It's a Chrome extension. It's also got a separate app as well. And you can basically see what's selling well and how much they're selling and if they're trending. It's a very good tool. So you can see that this mug at the top is making 25 sales. They've had 102 sales in total. But like this one here, 311 sales per month and 10,000 sales in total. So that's a genius mug that you could sell. Now this is actually a personalized mug, and I'm going to do a separate section, a separate video all about personalization and how you can implement this into your TikTok shop, because it's a little bit different than just traditional sales. So I'll walk you through that totally, but obviously this is a good idea for a mug design that you could implement into TikTok. and a case of just scrolling through. This baldy mug is a really high selling mug on TikTok, so maybe someone did take it from Etsy and they've brought it over, and so this strategy is working. It's working for me. I'm making sales from doing this. It's working for other people. This is one of the best selling mugs on TikTok, so this works. And then you literally would just go through these and do it. Another tool as well is Sales Samurai, which I will leave a link to down below. And again, this is another analytics tool where you can actually search certain phrases. So let's just try t-shirts on here, and then you could just click on this 500 more. So this is another Chrome extension, and it shows us the search volume and competition, so we can actually see what people are searching for on here in the last however many days we want to set it up. So obviously adult t-shirts, funny t-shirts, Christian t-shirts, all things like that. Obviously, what I said, you still need to make sure that you're not just copying everything that works well on Etsy, because it doesn't always work. So if you've got an idea for a t-shirt, for example a geek t-shirt, you want to think, well, how can I bring that over to TikTok, and how can it tick those boxes of evoking emotion? Will it get engagement? So we don't just want to be churning out designs for the sake of it. We want to do ones that are going to be funny, or they're going to catch attention on TikTok. So yeah, that is a really good strategy which you can apply, and you're not going to run out of ideas for designs. I would definitely say, on top of that, think of your own designs, because someone thought of these designs first of all, and you're always a step behind, because there's probably already someone on TikTok selling this by now. I'm selling this one, I'm selling this one. So that you're always going to be behind if you're just copying other people. So I would take this strategy, implement it, but also always try and be creative, come up with your own designs, and you should do well with this. In this video, I just want to walk you through how I actually create my designs. So obviously we've got lots of ideas now of things that we want to turn into designs that we can sell. And I'll just show you kind of like the technical side of how I do this. It's quite self-explanatory for most people if you've used Canva before, but I'll just show you kind of like the file sizes, but also how I would take an idea and kind of change it up a little bit, just to kind of walk you through the process a little bit. So I use Canva. You will need a Canva Pro account in order to do this, because we need to download the images with a transparent background to then upload them to Printful. You could use Printful's inbuilt design maker, but it's not that great, to be honest. It's not got that many things inside, not that many fonts, not that many little clip arts. So I much prefer to just do it on Canva. You've got a lot more creativity, but you will need a pro account to do this. Now, Canva has got lots of pre-made designs. They're adding a lot of them, like people can just upload them and you can use these designs. So if you search mugs inside Canva on the main page, you'll see all of these mug designs, which is great, because you can see, you can actually just go in and edit these. Now you could just take some of these designs and just literally upload them to your store, or you could use the style and the font and then apply it to an idea that you've got, just to save you a bit of time. So for example, this one here, we could just click on customize this template, and it will actually put it on a mug, but the file that you download won't have the mug behind it, and you can kind of edit this. Now, what I found with some of these designs, though, they're not totally editable. Like this one, we can edit this text, but sometimes it looks like a really good mug design, and I want to change the text, and I can't actually edit the text because it's an image that's been uploaded. So you just need to be careful with that. So I actually, most of the time, just prefer just to create my designs from scratch, just by creating a custom size document. I just do 500 by 500, click on create design, and then I can just create the mug design myself here. So in this instance, let's just walk you through. So say you're looking on Etsy and you think, well, this is quite a good looking mug here. Don't duck with me. It's quite funny. Might work well on TikTok. Click on it. It's sold 17 in the last 24 hours. I want to try and take this design and turn it into my own design. So what I would do is come back over to Canva. Let me just find that tab. And then we can just have a play around with this. So we might want to get a little duck image. And then we can see all of these graphics here that we might want to incorporate into our design. So there's actually I found one with a knife that we are free to use as well. So that's great for us, or you can maybe try a different one. So it's made our life much easier. And then let's just go back and see. So it's don't duck with me. So I might change that to like something. Let's just try and put some text here, and we can just play around with this, but it might just be like duck off. And then we might want to put it as like more of a handwriting style text. Now this is obviously a very rushed design, but you get the idea. That might work well. Maybe it works better underneath. And then we can obviously mess with effects here, and we might want to make it a bit like that. That doesn't look too bad. But obviously play around with it, be creative, and then you can just click on share and then download. And we want to make sure we tick transparent background, and we want to make it as big as possible. It has to be over 400 dpi, I think, so this definitely is. So if you just do 500 by 500 and make it max, which is actually 1500 by 1500, and then click on download transparent background, then we can take that design and upload it to Printful. So you could just do lots of these designs. You can actually add them all into the same document. You might want to create different variations of this, keep adding lots of different ones, and then just download them all at once into your document. You can also use AI as well to create some designs. I will upload a separate video about using AI in your designs if you want to be a bit more creative, but this is the easiest way to do it using canva.com. Okay, so now it's time to turn our designs that we've created inside Canva and actually turn them into products inside of Printful. So to do that, we need to head over to printful.com. You should have created an account by now. If you've not, you can use the link down below. Create your Printful account, and then inside, the best way to do this, there's a few different ways we can actually create products. We can head to the product catalog and we can just create them from scratch there, or we can head to product templates. I prefer to create product templates because then we can edit those templates in future and use them in our stores and use them in any stores if we've got more than one. So this is the best way to do it. So what you want to do is come over to product templates, click on create product at the top. Now I've created a brand new account here just to show you this from your point of view, so it should look like this. Click on create product, and then we can choose the product we want to create. It could be anything. In this instance, we want to choose mugs is what I'm going to create. I just want to add a little note which I forgot to mention. Where you're shipping from, depending on where your TikTok account is based. So mine's based in the UK. When I actually set up the TikTok shop, if you're based in America, you can only sell at this moment in time products that are being shipped from that place. So some of these products on here might be getting shipped from Latvia or from America. I wouldn't be able to sell them on my TikTok shop. Now you can do that by actually clicking on the product. I think, let's just have a look together. If we click on the product, so mug, shipping from, and it tells you where that's being shipped from at the bottom there. So obviously I wouldn't be able to sell this kind of mug in my UK store on TikTok because they need tracking, but I can sell this one here because it gets shipped basically from all of the countries. So this is why this is a great product to sell. We click on that, and then here's where we could create our designs. So like I said in a previous video, you can just use some of TikTok's basic designs. They've got some okay ones, but they're not that good, to be honest. I think you can get some images here, and there's a bit of things you can do. If you want to create a really quick design, this could be all right, but what I do is I upload them from Canva. So we come here, we click on upload design. Let's choose the duck one that I created in Canva before. Click on upload. It should upload it. If it freezes sometimes, you might just need to click off and then just click back on to upload, then it should be there. So we just click apply, and then you can see our mug design here. So what it does, naturally it will put it on the front of the mug. Now I think people prefer to have the designs on the side of the mug, so when they're drinking it, people can see it. So I always put my designs here, and then you can just make that big. As long as the actual thing isn't going over the edge, you're okay. So I do it like something like that. Try and center it, and then we'll just have a little look at this 3D mock-up. That looks about right to me. Also, just to know, if we go to product, it's trying to get me to design 3 different sizes of mugs. I just sell the smallest mug because it's the cheapest and it does the job. People don't want to have lots of different prices to choose from, different sizes. When I'm thinking of buying a mug for a friend, I don't think, do they want an 11-ounce mug or a 15-ounce mug or a 20-ounce mug? I just think I want to get them a mug with a funny design on. So just give them one option. And this is the cheapest, which means we can compete with Chinese sellers, and also we can make good profit as well, or okay profit. And then what you want to do is click on duplicate the design on both sides, and then we'll have the design on both sides like that. It's trying to see if you want it on other products, which you could potentially do, but we don't want to mess with that. Click on Save Template, and then it will add that product into your product templates down here. Then all we need to do, we need to add this to our TikTok store. So we just click on Add to Store here, and it should send it. It should pop up with your TikTok store, and you can literally just send it over, and then it will show up on TikTok. So we can just go through the steps here. Click on Proceed to Mockups. And then this is just going to create one mockup, the main image for your mug. So we just want to choose it against a white background because that's what TikTok likes. That's what they ask for. So this one's fine. And then we can just click on Continue, and it won't show it up there, but it will send it over. And then we can add it a title and description here, and that will all be sent over. But I'm actually going to create a separate post all about optimizing your TikTok listing, which we can do inside of TikTok because it's got a bit more, you can be a bit more creative, and there's a few more features, like you can bold text and things like that and add images into the description. So we'll do all that over there, but let's just put duck mug here for now. I always click off this because it says it adds a little line about it being print on demand, but we don't really need them to know it's print on demand. I don't like them to know that anyway. We click on Continue, and then here it will ask you about pricing. So I will do a separate video about pricing in this section where I just go into a bit more detail about how you can set your prices, some of the fees that you might run into as you're running it, so you can work out your profit margin. But just like £8.99 will give us a bit of profit from this. And if you obviously go for Printful growth, you'll make even more profit. There's obviously some taxes that you're gonna have to pay out of that. There's TikTok fees. So I will speak about that a little bit later on. But you can put it around up to £10 or about $10, $11 is probably okay. Maybe $12 in America. I'm not selling in America, so I don't know. But about £10 is what people are selling mugs for at the moment, so you can kind of do it under that. But as I say, we'll speak about that in a different video. And then click that, and it adds the product to your store. So then it will just be sent over to TikTok. So then if we just come over to our TikTok shop and come over to products and manage products, you will see that it has been sent over. So sometimes what happens is it will be pending while they approve it. If it's got a swear word in, sometimes they've only disapproved one mug that I posted, but usually they do allow swear word. This has got duck off, so it did say pending for a second, but now it's live. That's live for people to buy on TikTok, and it's all automated. So if someone sees this, they click on it, they buy, it will be sent over to Printful, and I don't have to do anything. I will do another video in this section where I actually show you how I'm going to optimize this listing as well, so we can increase conversions, but that'll be in a separate video. So in this video, I just want to go over pricing and the best pricing strategy for selling products on TikTok shop when you're using print on demand, because traditionally with print on demand, the profit margins are quite slim because we obviously have to pay for the products to be printed and shipped. And then on TikTok, I actually think the profit margins are even slimmer than other places. But we still can make profit from this because of the amount of sales we can actually make from this due to the traffic. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. But I just want to, and also it's going to get a little bit technical and a bit like mathematical, because I'm going to give you a breakdown of how much profit I'm making for selling a mug on TikTok, so you can look at the profit margins, because it's not as simple as just whatever it's you buy it for and what you sell it for, because there's fees that come out, there's taxes and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to break that down, and it does baffle my head at the best of times, but hopefully we can go through it in quite a simplified way. But first of all, when you're coming up with pricing for products, when you're on Etsy, you can afford probably to have a bit more of a profit margin because it's seen as kind of this handmade place. People want to support local businesses, and they're prepared to pay a bit more for something that there's a bit more thought gone into it. Whereas when you're selling on TikTok shop, as you can see now, I'm just recording my screen, the prices of products are very low. It's almost like AliExpress, if you've ever been on AliExpress, where a lot of these people are actually shipping directly from China. So there's a lot of like Chinese sellers, like they actually own the factories and the warehouses, and they've created shops on TikTok, and they're just selling directly from their Chinese warehouses. So that means that it's basically the prices are as low as AliExpress. So you've got to compete with that. So that obviously means that we can't start pricing our products, so selling mugs for like $15 or $20, because we're just going to stand out like a sore thumb. And if you just scroll through here now, you can see like This woman's t-shirt here, £6.47 is what it's currently selling for. There is discounts on here, so it actually just sells for £10. But you do find that there's a lot of low price products. What I found is for mugs like this one here, this Baldy mug, under £10 in the UK, you'll have to translate it to dollars if you're in America, but under £10 is okay, and that sells well for mugs. I've actually been going a little bit cheaper at the moment in time because it's Christmas. I'm trying to get as many sales as possible, but under £10 is good enough, and it gives us a small profit margin of around about £1 to £2 or $1 to $2 on each item. So it's more of a numbers game. So I definitely would go for the low price. And you see products that have got quite high prices like this here. Got any grapes? £15.52. It's just not really going to sell that many, I don't think. It's just overpriced for TikTok. So you need to bear that in mind when you're actually pricing your products. And that also falls into the products we're going to choose, which is why I like to choose mugs, because they actually are cheap to buy from Printful. Also t-shirts, you can get some quite cheap t-shirts from Printful for under like £10, even cheaper. Whereas if you start selling things like hoodies or other products, they actually become quite expensive anyway, and it doesn't really fit TikTok. So yeah, definitely go for lower priced products, because we have to compete with these Chinese sellers. But now I just want to give you a breakdown of profit margins and kind of how you work all this out. So this is an actual order that I've received for a mug, which I'm currently selling at the moment in time, and we can just use this as an example to look at profits. So total revenue is £13.50. So the mug is actually on sale for £8.95. Hopefully you can see that there. And then there's a shipping fee of £4.55, and the shipping fee is actually £4.99, but sometimes TikTok gives them discounts, which is slightly annoying. But overall, I receive, when I sell this mug, including the shipping fee, £13.50. Now, I'm actually going to get this this Google Doc up here just to show you this, how this all works. So the mug price is £8.95. The shipping fee is £4.55. So my income that I receive for that mug is £13.50. Then, this is where it might get a little bit confusing. VAT. So this is definitely applicable in the UK. We have to pay 20% VAT, value added tax. It's like sale tax in America. I'm not sure what the rules are all over the world, so obviously check where you are. But in the UK, if you're VAT registered, you have to charge VAT when you sell a product, and you have to give that VAT back to the government. So every mug that I sell, I get £13.50, but I actually have to deduct £2.25 for VAT. Now, if you're not VAT registered, so if you earn under £85,000 a year, you don't have to charge VAT. So you would be able to keep that whole £13.50, which you might think, well, I'm making more profit. But on the flip side, when you're actually buying the product from Printful, later on, which I'm going to talk about, there's a VAT charge added onto that. And because I'm VAT registered, I don't have to pay that VAT charge. Whereas if you're not VAT registered, you will have to pay that VAT charge, which might be a bit confusing. Hopefully this is making sense. Maybe just watch this through a couple of times if it doesn't make sense. But all you need to really realize is it almost balances itself out. If you're VAT registered, you have to charge VAT to your customers, but you don't pay VAT when you're ordering from Printful. But if you're not VAT registered, then you don't have to charge VAT to your customers, but you will have to pay VAT to Printful. So the numbers might be slightly different because the percentages will be different on the gross revenue versus the cost, but it's very similar. So that's all you need to know. But I'm going to show you this from my point of view, because I actually pay VAT because I'm VAT registered. So out of this £13.50, I will have to pay £2.25 VAT, which will just get collected at the end of the year. So I just need to save that in my business bank account. And then TikTok fees. So on top of that, TikTok takes a fee of 0.5%, which you can see here. And the fee is, it's actually 5%. It's 0.68 pence. So it's 68 pence for that, which comes out of that. So my total income when I sell a mug on TikTok at this moment in time is £10.50. It would actually be more if they didn't give a little discount for the shipping, but in this situation, it's £10.50. So then it comes to how much I pay for the mug when I go over to Printful. So I'll just show you this here. So we've come over to Printful. This is the actual order that I'm going to place for this now. You can see that it's costing me £4.65 to buy a mug from Printful. Now it's currently on a discount where they're actually discounting it by £1.30, but that's just a special discount they've got going on at the moment in time. But even when that discount's not there, the membership discount will kick in and it will be discounted by about £1 anyway. So I'm probably saving about 30 pence with this discount, but you probably, after the discount's expired, you're probably going to be paying about £5 for a mug. So it's about £1 discount you're saving. But just in this example, hopefully this is not getting too technical, but it's costing me £4.65 for a mug basically. And then the shipping fee is £3.99. So I'm actually making a bit of profit on the shipping as well. So this is a good little strategy as well. So when you're actually listing your products, it's a good idea to have a bit of money on the shipping. So I charge £4.99 for my shipping because people are still prepared to pay that, and it allows me to keep my product price fairly low, like £1 cheaper than what I would normally. So I make a bit of profit on that. So it cost me £4.65 for the mug. The shipping costs £3.99. But obviously I don't pay any VAT. So here it's got the VAT charge. I do actually pay the VAT, but I can claim that back in the future. Whereas you, if you're not VAT registered, you would have to pay that, but you'd get more for the mug in the first instance. But for this, so the total cost that it costs me is £8.64 to actually get a mug printed and shipped from Printful to my customer, and I'm making the income is £10.57. So the profit I make on every mug that I sell in total passive income is £1.93. Now it would be about 50p more if they didn't do the discounts. It's closer to £2.50 for every mug. So that's not too bad. It's obviously quite a small profit margin, but this is a numbers game. If we can sell 1,000 of these mugs and we've got lots of different of them, then we're obviously going to make a lot more profit. Also, to add to that, I'm selling my mugs for £8.95. As we've seen, some mugs are selling for more, so we could potentially turn this into £3, maybe even £4 if we want to increase the price of the mug and have a play around with that. But that is the profit margin, and that's kind of how it works. So, and obviously for t-shirts and different products, they will be slightly different, but that just kind of shows you the cost of the mug, and it's a case of a numbers game. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to optimize your listing. So when we actually create a listing in Printful and then send it over to TikTok, it's a very basic listing, and we want to obviously increase conversions, and there's a few little tips and tricks that you can do to do this. So you come over to your Manage Products tab inside TikTok, and then we can just click on Edit. And then here, it actually helps you do the listing. It will give you some prompts, so you can just go through these. The first thing, obviously, we want the title. So we would do stuff that people might be searching for. That obviously explains what it is, quite self-explanatory. But obviously, you can stuff some keywords in here. So it could be like funny, duck off, mug, gift, stocking filler, because at the time of this it's near Christmas. Stocking filler might work well, or you could say like for men if it's for men, or for women if it's for women, but it's actually unisex. Mug gift stocking filler, something along those lines. Add some keywords in there. Sometimes it will actually show you a little AI thing will pop up where it will suggest some keywords to add. Oh, it's actually doing it here based on your title. It's actually giving us a category, so we can add a category. So we'll just put this in like kitchenware, not glasses, cups and saucers. Continue, and then no brand. You can add in these here. I don't think these make much of a difference, but we can just add what it is and the material, just in case someone is searching for it. And it just helps the kind of SEO maybe the drop down. So you can just add these like ceramic, that kind of thing. And that will do for that. The next main thing that you want to do is add in a lot more images. So you don't just want to add in the basic first mock-up that you've got. You want to create more mock-ups. You want to have people using the mug in different settings. So obviously the first one's always on a white background, but then what we can do is come back over to Printful, and then we can actually go to the products template that we've created, click on the three dots, and then click on download mockups. And then here we can click on basic or custom, but I just use the basic ones. And then we can choose some of these mockups that they've got. So these look really realistic. These work great. So we might want to have this woman on it. This one smiling. We could have this one, and I think that will do. Sometimes that one works well. And we don't need it both sides. You can get rid of some of them if you want, like that. Don't really need the watermelon ones or the donuts. And then click on download as a PNG, or it'll process mockups, and then we'll download them. And it should download those as a zip file, and then obviously we can just, let me just open them. There they are. So we'll just go back over to the listing, which I've now lost. There it is. Back over to listing, and then we just upload the files, local files. It's here, so we can just add them all in there. And then there's obviously a limit on what you can add in, but I think that's okay. And then this just makes it look a lot more professional. That's perfect for what we need. We can see it's both sides. They look great. You can add in a video if you want, if you actually create a video. That sometimes helps, but you don't need to do that. And then product description. Oh yeah, one more thing which is quite good as well for these images. You can take one of these mock-ups, like this blank one, take it into Canva. Well, this is what I've been doing. Take it into Canva and then add on an image like made in the UK with a little arrow pointing to it or something like that. Just annotate it with a nice little made in the UK logo and add that in. Don't add it as the first one. You can try, but they do like them to be blank, but add it in here. And because I just find having that made in the UK, well, it is obviously made in the UK, it could be made in the USA. Having that little location, the geolocation, to say it's not coming from China helps increase conversions, because like I said, lots of people are selling from China. There's quite long delivery times. It's associated with lower quality products. So if you have got an edge over those Chinese sellers by saying this is made in the UK, you're going to get it shipped to you very quickly, and it's high quality, then definitely add that on down here. I also definitely add this in here in this description. So one of the first lines I always say, like, made and shipped from UK. You can add a little emoji if you want, but bold that, like that. And then you can just add in a little line. So you can get ChatGPT to do this if you want. A little description where you can add in keywords. So you could say like, this funny duck mug is a great gift. Great secret Santa gift or stocking filler that will make you laugh. And then you get the idea. Just kind of talk about it a little bit of a description, add in some keywords that people might be searching for, and then you can kind of leave that in. I take out that blank product source from China just to make it look a bit better. And then we obviously only sell an 11-ounce mug, so we don't need that. We want it to say dishwasher safe. Sometimes I like to add that up a bit further. You can also add in, so that like made in the UK image that I just told you about, you could add that in here as well. Obviously I've not got this one here, but add it into the description like that, and it just makes your description look a lot better and more professional, which will obviously increase sales for that. And then we just scroll down. So obviously the price is set the same. That's all fine. And then here, I'm not sure if I'm going to mention this in a different video, but shipping. So when you set up your shipping weights and your shipping prices, this is where you would choose the weight of your product, so it knows how much to charge shipping. So I always charge £4.99 for my shipping. So I've just put in, it weighs 330 grams. So I know, and then I click on custom here for shipping and then shipped from seller. That means I'm going to process the shipping and then it costs £4.99. And then we can just click on update for that. Then we can just skip that. And another way that you can kind of increase sales and also optimize your listing in a way is by running a sale. So this is another little strategy, but you can come over to promotions tab here and then click on promotion tools. And then you've got the option to create sales here. So there's a flash deal or there's a product discount. The flash deal looks great because it actually shows a little timer on when it's going to run out, and it shows it as a discount. So obviously in this situation you would have to price your mug at like £16 or £17, and then you could come in here and offer a discount where you create the promotion, put it as half price, and obviously it will only last, I think the maximum it can last is like 2 or 3 days. So you will have to keep updating these, and I keep forgetting to update them, so my mugs go back up to like £16, £17, and I forget to change it, and then the sales drop. So you need to be on top of that, but that's another little way of kind of optimizing your listing as well. So that's one thing. And another thing, obviously reviews are great. So if you want to increase sales, it's really good if you can get reviews. So if you know anyone with a TikTok account and you can send them your link to your product and they can leave you a little 5-star review, then that's going to optimize your listings, because when someone's shopping and they see your mug for sale, it's already got a 5-star review. Then again, that's another little tip on optimizing listings. But I think that's everything for this video. If I think of anything else, I will add it down below. In this video, I just want to walk you through how you can add personalization to the products that you're going to sell on your TikTok shop. Now, this is a very good strategy which will allow you to stand out, and it allows you to compete with these cheap Chinese sellers as well, because they don't usually offer any personalization. So if we can add a bit of personalization to our products, like adding names onto them, then obviously we can stand out. We can actually add a bit more profit on as well, because people are prepared to pay a bit more for personalization. And like we've seen as well on Etsy, some of the best selling products are the ones that have got personalization on them. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that now. There's a few things that you have to do slightly differently compared to obviously selling normally using Printful and TikTok. The main thing is it's not passive. So that's the downside. I have to actually process these orders myself. It's very quick to do. It takes a minute to do each one once you've got everything set up, but it's not passive. So you want to go down the passive route, then this is not for you. If you want to kind of stand out and potentially make a bit more profit and you've got a bit of time to do this, then this could be for you. So yeah, how you would do that, first of all, you'd create a design, an idea of a product that could be personalized. So for example, this here little mug with a little elf on with someone's name. So obviously we can change the names on that. And I just have that in my Canva as a file. And every time I want to make a new one, I can just duplicate that page. And then I could just edit that with whatever name I need to add into that. It's very easy to do. And then obviously we need to upload this to Printful. So what you need to do first of all is when you come over to Printful, you need to go to the settings tab and then click on orders down here. And then what you need to do is you need to click on manually confirm imported orders. So by default, it'll be selected automatically confirm orders to be fulfilled. So that's obviously the passive income side of it. But we need to change it to manual. Now the downside to this, it will be manual for all of the orders. So even the ones that have not got personalization on my store, because I'm offering personalization, I have to manually confirm all of the orders, which again, it takes a click of a button, but it just takes out the passive element. So once you've clicked that, then you would come over to your product templates. You just upload your personalized product. So in the exact same way that you'd created this one, but in this instance, rather than having the full design, you might just have on the image like name here instead. And then you would obviously send that over to TikTok. So I'll just show you an example of my listing here. So this is that little elf mug. So the file that I've sent over is this, which is got the option for name, and then I've just annotated the image, say add any name made in the UK, so people know it's personalized. I've had personalized in the title as well up there. And then this is really important because the downside to TikTok at this moment in time is it's not really got any personalization capabilities. It's just a place for people to order things. There's not really an option for you to allow people to add personalization. So we just have to give very clear instructions on how to do this. So I just add a little instruction thing down here, how it works. Step 1, order your mug. Step 2, send us a message via TikTok shop chat with the name you would like on the mug. And basically when they order, a little chat box will pop up and they can just drop me a message and say, can you add Liam onto this mug? And then you just reply back and say, yeah, no problem. That's it. One issue is not everyone always messages you, so it's a bit annoying. Sometimes you've got to chase them up and say, do you want me to add a name onto this, or I'll just send it out blank? But that's the way to do it at this moment in time. There is an option to add it into shipping notes, but some people do add it in there. Some people message you, but they should be able to tell you what they want. The downside is you obviously can't add any like images or anything like that at this moment in time. So this is the only real way to do it, with just images. But this works really well and allows you to add personalization. So then we would just set that going as live. Someone orders, and then it will be sent over to Printful still, the order, but it will just be sent over as a draft order. Now, I've processed all my orders at the moment, so I can't actually show you this. But let me just try and show. So when you come back over to Printful, you might sometimes need to like refresh the data. I'm trying to hide everyone's details, so I'm zooming in here, but you might need to refresh the data on your store for it to keep uploading, but it will do that every hour or so. And then your order will pop up here like this one, but what it will say, it will just say draft order or on hold or something like that. And then you click on this order. Might have to try and blur out addresses here. And then what it will do is you would literally click on complete order down here. When you click on complete order, it won't complete it, don't worry. It will then show you the order, and it will give you an option to edit the file. Then you click on edit file, and then it will bring you back to that editor where you basically design your mug. And then you would obviously go over to Canva, or you might have done it by now. You would add in the name that they want on this. You would download this image. You come back over to your Printful. And then you just edit that file, upload the new one, and click submit and send out. So it probably takes me about a minute to process these orders, change the name, download it, come over, upload it, send. But it does obviously take out a little bit of the passive income side of it. So now it's time for the exciting part. Now it's time to start getting some traffic to our TikTok shop so we can start making some sales. And the best way to do that is obviously by creating content on TikTok. So I've got some really good strategies in this video where I'm going to walk you through now on how you can do this. Some don't require you to show your face, and you can create content today straight away without even filming anything yourself. And there's some other strategies where you will do some filming if you want to do. But there's some great strategies here. So let's dive in. So the first thing, the best way of creating videos is, I think this is a really good strategy as well for print on demand, because we don't know what's going to sell before we actually sell any products. And the strategy is to kind of create lots of different designs, put them up. Hopefully we'll see what's going to sell. Now, in order to create videos for them, usually what we'd probably have to do is actually get the product sent to our house, probably order a sample from Printful or from whatever we're selling, and then create content around that. But that's not a very good strategy, because you're going to spend a fortune on sample products and some of them might not sell. So with this strategy that I've got now, is we can create videos. They're not the highest quality videos, and they're not necessarily going to go viral and make us loads and loads of sales, but it allows us to put content out there, see what's selling, and then we can pick the best selling products from these kind of like medium to low quality videos. Then we can maybe order a sample for the best ones and then create some higher quality content. So this is what I would do to do this. There's two things you can do. The first one is using stock mock-up videos. So this is a website I use called Place It. I will leave a link to this down below where you can get a free trial, I think. And Place It is a mock-up generator, similar to what you've got on Printful with the image mock-ups. They've got lots of image mock-ups on here as well, but they've also got lots of video mock-ups, and they look quite realistic. You can't really tell they're mock-ups. So you could just come here and you can just search like mug videos, and it will show you in a range of mug videos, or you can actually categorize them down here. Sometimes they've got like special Christmas ones and stuff. The search doesn't always work the best, so you might find some that don't show up in the search that appear here. So just have a dig around the site. But as you can see, there's some okay videos here that we might be able to use, like this Christmas one here, and we would just upload our image onto that and it would look like it's in the video, and they look fairly realistic. The downside to this is they do kind of look like stock videos. They don't look natural. Like most of them are slow motion. So you just have to be careful with what you're choosing, and you probably have to just take a snippet of it, not necessarily the whole video. And I kind of will show you a few examples of how I'm doing this a little bit later on. But that would be what you would do. So for example, I took this video for one of my designs, and I'll just show you here. So I added the always fucking moaning design onto it, and then created this mock-up here, and it looks quite okay. So then what I would do is send that file over to my phone and then edit it inside of TikTok. So let's screen record this, and then we'll just show you. So I just come over to TikTok like this, and you can choose like 60 seconds, 15 seconds. I mix between the two. There's no right or wrong answer here. And then click on, say, 15 seconds. Upload the file, which you can see there, and then have a play around with this. Now, with this content, the best way is to see what's working well on TikTok and kind of like model trends and things like that. So just by scrolling through TikTok, you'll see certain style of videos are working well, like adding text on the screen and that kind of thing work really well. And it's just a bit of trial and error. Really good thing is to also use TikTok's Creative Center here, so you can see what's already selling, what's already working well on TikTok. So like, let's just see this. So that's obviously someone in the video, but like text on the screen talking about like a meme that people can relate to. Something along those lines is working quite well, like that. So you can see what already works well. You can also see what songs are trending on here, but we can't actually use commercial sounds in our content when we've got a TikTok shop. You've got to use royalty-free ones, which I'll show you in a sec. But we could just add something on here. So when you're creating this, you just want to create a hook, which will go in the middle. So it depends. You just want to create something that's going to grab attention. So the perfect Valentine's Day present doesn't exist. So that's like a meme where it's like the perfect something doesn't exist, and then it's almost like stopping mid-sentence to actually reveal that it does exist. And obviously it's not a great Valentine's Day present, so that's why I've just chosen this, because it might grab attention, it might evoke emotion, might get a bit of engagement from people being a bit annoyed by that, but you get the idea. And then you could just literally put that up as a video. Then we would click next. You can add in a caption down below, hashtags. Now I would just be a bit careful with hashtags, just because I found out that they don't always make the video do better, and sometimes I feel like I've been shadow banned when I've used certain hashtags that feel too salesy, like Christmas stocking and stuff like that. So try it out, trial and error, see what you do, see if it works. But all we want to do is click on the add link down here, and then we can click on the product, and then this is where we'd add the product. In this instance, we've only got the duck mug on this account, but we'd click add, and then the product name would be there. Now you can edit this. So I'll show you in a second, but you can obviously do different styles of video. With this one, we've obviously given the punchline straight away, but you might want to hold off the punchline or reveal the mug or what the design is not till further down, because we want to increase watch time. So what you could do in that situation, you wouldn't want to have the product name at the bottom. You want to say like funny duck mug or stop fucking moaning mug or something like that, because it reveals it. So you could just put something along the lines of like buy funny mug here, or buy here, or something along those lines. Let's just change that. Buy funny mug here, and then click on add. And then if we just click on this, you'll see at the bottom, it's quite hard to see, buy funny mug here, a little link there. And then you could just click post, and then that could work quite well. Now, some other tips just off the top of my head while I'm just reading this off is, I think when you like link down below, buy now, using phrases like TikTok shop, too salesy, I found that I'm getting shadow banned quite a few times. It does, basically my video doesn't get any reach. So I try to make it feel less salesy. Don't really put too many call to actions in the videos, and that works quite well. And that's it for these like thingy videos, these like stock image videos. But let me just show you some other ones that I've done. So this is another one. So it said, I absolutely got mugged off at the work Secret Santa. It was hiding the reveal of the mug, and then with my text, and then it revealed it at the end. And then there's a little call to action down at the bottom. That's just using stock images. And then I'll just show you this other one. This is one that's slightly different. So
I've changed. My old version was too weak. Try me now.
So that was using a trending sound. So I'll talk about trending sounds in a second. But as you can see here, I actually used this footage from a different mug that I actually did order. So I had the box ready. So obviously you might not have a box to do this, but the concept of this is the same. Whereas I'm not telling them what it is yet. The Christmas present has arrived early. That's the hook. What is the Christmas present? It's got a funny crying laughing face and like a skull. They're waiting for it to be opened, so it's increasing watch time. Then they're getting hit with the stock image. So I've not actually purchased this mug. Stock image with the reveal, and there's a link, a call to action for them to actually get it down below. And if you actually listen to the trending sound, it's kind of like it goes with the concept of the video.
I've changed. My old version was too weak.
My old version's 2 weeks. It's like I'm gonna be a dick from now on. Like to my girlfriend, I've been 2 weeks. I'm telling her how it is.
Try me now.
And then it obviously plays a bit of a track, which is Living in Gangster's Paradise. It's almost like that thug life kind of like meme. Like, I'm going to tell my girlfriend how it is. So hopefully you can see that that's an example of how we could use a stock image, stock video with a mock-up and create a video that's slightly higher quality. And just show you another type of video, which is not a stock image, which was for a Christmas jumper that I was testing out, that I sold a few of. But this is another way where you can create content without actually having images.
Found it. I found the best Christmas jumper ever. Wait till you see this. I've got my Christmas party coming up soon, and one of the rules is you've got to wear one of those crappy Christmas jumpers. But I finally found the perfect one for me. Check it out now.
So there you go. So that was just me speaking to camera. I didn't have the Christmas jumper ordered. I just wanted to create a video, and I just said I found it. Check it out down below. So there's another option where you can, if you want to show your face and you don't just want to use stock videos, you can create content. And again, I think I've heard the higher the click-through rate on the product, the more it'll reach. So again, also not necessarily revealing the price or what the product is, or if they want to check it out, is another little strategy which you can use. And I'll just show you another kind of video. So another quick strategy of doing videos is this style, which isn't stock images and it isn't showing your face. Very quick to do as well. These still do get quite okay views as well, and they can work. And it's a screen record of the actual listing on the shop. So I'll just play this. Oh, that's the wrong one. So that's actually just the raw file, but then I would just add text on, like, found the perfect stocking filler, bam. And then you would also hide the price on that so they don't know. And again, that could just work just for getting out content for quick ideas. If you want to post a video, these could work really well. You then can, just to touch on trending sounds as well. So if we come back here, we can click on add sound. So we've got access to all of these commercial sounds which we can add in. And add those in, and they're fine. They don't do as well as obviously the really famous songs, but obviously we can't use them. Another great strategy is when you're just going through TikTok, you will see trending sounds. Like, say for example, you wanted to use this sound in this video, you would click the little thing at the bottom right hand side. It would show the original sound. You can click on use this sound, and then we can record 12 minutes for this sound. It's done a funny little thing, but we could add our video with that trending sound, which is what I did with the Gangster's Paradise one, just to add that in as well. So those are the easy ways of creating quite simple content just without the actual product. You can then obviously take it up a level where you actually order the product as well, and you could actually get a mug like this, and then you could create videos like I've just given this to my dad, or this new mug's back in stock, all that kind of stuff. Again, using trending sounds, just making my do like you could do one which is, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, like with that always fucking moaning mug, like girlfriend's been working, I'm actually going to try this. Girlfriend's been working hard all week. She's had a really tough time in work, so I'm going to make her a cup of tea to make up for it. And you could just have yourself, like, you could do voiceover, maybe just you making the cup of tea and you just carrying it up to her in bed, and then reveal the mug says, oh, it's fucking moaning. Something along those lines. You're making the higher quality videos, and it features the mug. But obviously you would only do that once you know that the mug you've ordered, the mug sells. So you obviously do these low quality videos first. Once the mug actually makes a few sales, I'd say like a minimum of 5 sales, then I would go, maybe I want to create some higher quality content with this, and then take it from there. So that is the video on creating content. And it's just a case of like trial and error, going through TikTok, seeing what's trending, using this TikTok Creative Center, testing things out. There's no right or wrong answer. And like with the coming up with ideas, have fun with it, and you should hopefully see some sales coming through. So creating content is obviously a great way of getting traffic to your TikTok shop. But there is another feature to TikTok which allows you to get crazy amounts of traffic without creating a single video, and it is their affiliate program. Now, this is one of the best features to TikTok shop, and it's great, it's fantastic, and I'm going to show you how you can set this up now. So let me just show you quickly what this is on my phone in case you're not familiar. So it basically allows anyone to be an affiliate for your product if you turn this on, obviously. So someone could be scrolling through TikTok just like this here. I've just found someone, this is not my product, it's someone else's product. And I'm an affiliate on TikTok as well. So I can see this I Love My Boyfriend t-shirt that's selling for £5, and I could say I want to be an affiliate for that product. So then here, as you can see at the bottom, it says earn 68 pence for every product sold. So I could click on that, and I can click on add to showcase, and I can create a video for this. And every time someone buys that t-shirt through my link, I will earn 68 pence commission, which is it's a great way of making a bit of side income as an affiliate. But it's even better if you're the product owner. And in this situation, we're the product owner, and we can get affiliates to promote our products and influencers to promote our products. So yeah, we might be giving away like £1 for every sale, depending on what you can set, how much commission you want to give them. But even if we're making, say, £2 or £3 on a t-shirt, on a t-shirt or a mug, and we're giving away £1 to an influencer that's got 1 million followers, and they're going to get 1 million sales, it's going to be beneficial for us both. So we can afford to give away a bit. So we're basically running adverts for free. Well, we're paying after the fact, if that makes sense. So it's very, very simple to set up. You just set it up inside your TikTok account, TikTok shop account. You can go to the affiliate marketing tab there, but you can also go to manage products and click on the edit where you're looking at your actual products. Click on more, set affiliate commission, and then you can choose how much you want to give. So we might want to give away 10% for this, add product, and then people will get 89 pence every time they make a sale on this product. And we looked before, we were making about £2 profit. So we're only gonna make just over £1, but like I said, we're gonna get a lot more sales. You can obviously turn this on and turn it off as much as you want, but you can also come to the affiliate homepage as well here, and you can set this up. I've not actually set this up in this account, but you can actually invite people to be affiliates for your product. So you can find people that have got loads of followers, people that are making the most sales, and you can contact them and say, do you want to promote this as an affiliate? You could then obviously, if you want to take it up a level, actually send them out physical products. You can send out some samples, which is going to cost you a bit of money. But if you know you found a mug that's selling well and you're getting traffic to it, but you just want to push through, then it's obviously worthwhile paying £4 for a sample from Printful, sending it over to this person, and then letting them do a video about it. And the same with t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. So it's very, very good feature, and I think you should definitely use this to its advantage, because this is what sets TikTok apart from everything else. So that's it. That is the TikTok Print Pro training over. It's straight to the point. You should be able to be up and running doing this strategy by the end of today if you've watched all the training that's in here. And the thing is, 90% of people probably won't even finish this course. 90% of people won't even be bothered to create the content. They won't be bothered to create more than 1 or 2 designs. They're going to give up too easily. But this is a strategy that works. I know it works because I'm doing it myself. I've never seen such a simple strategy that doesn't require you to spend any money on adverts, that doesn't require you to have any experience or have any big followers or anything like that, and you can make sales from this. So take advantage of this and really go for it. And it's all about taking action, and set yourself a little goal of what you want to be earning from this in, say, 6 months. Reverse engineer that, work out how many designs you want to be uploading every day. Just add it into your day. If you've got a job or whatever you're doing, when you come home from work, just say, I'm going to create 10 new designs for mugs or t-shirts, upload them onto your store, maybe create a couple of short videos, and then boom. And then it's a numbers game. The more you upload, the more content you create, the more sales you're going to make. And yeah, you're not going to get rich off this, but you could make a nice side income from this if you take it seriously. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you've got any questions, don't forget you can ask them inside the Loaded Lab community. And please, if you make sales, share them. I want to see people's results, and I want to see you crushing it. So let's go.